What's up YouTube, Malaweta Matt here. It's a very hot Friday afternoon now actually, because I've been sorting through all this information. And we've got a lot to cover today. We've got all the stuff from the Bushiroad presentation. The English side's done their reveals. We've got finalists on each side to cover. And we've got some tournament information to cover for the English side. So let's get started. And no better place to start than with the Bushiroad presentation and the products. So first things first is we've got the Tridex 1, 2 and 3. So you'll see an images throughout pop up here whilst we're discussing what we've got. So the price is averaged at about $10. This is conversion from the JP website to us. We haven't had an official price announcement, but it does come out around the $10 mark. We've got a nice storage box that they've shown. It's the big plastic case around it. There are two differences though between the English version and the Japanese version. Japanese version gets 53 of the characters on the sleeves, whereas we instead get this thing called a fighter's coin, which I've got no idea what it is, but hopefully sooner rather than later they'll actually explain to us. And we've also got the image of the 7 cards for the Bushiroad, the Keta Sanctuary ride line. They've shown the 7 cards that are going to be in the actual bonus pack to replace the cards that have got their effects removed. This obviously doesn't have the effects on them, but it shows us the arts, and we know the ride line is amongst these as well, so you've got a chance for a 0, 1, 2 to become hollow as well. So very nice upgrades for hollowing out your deck. Next one up on the list is Booster Pack Set 6. We have the set ratios. Originally, they released it on the product stream without the set ratios, but as of this morning, they put the set ratios up on the website. So this is a 105 card set, if I remember correctly, with 5 reprints. So I found the image for the set ratios, and it is 105 cards. I was right on that side, but it's actually 6 reprints, not 5. And we know it is 15 triple rares, 5 over triggers, 15 double rares, 20 rares, and 50 commons. But the difference is now is coming in the parallels. So we're still getting our 2 DSRs, but we're getting this new rarity called FFR and FR, which is double frame rare and frame rare. So we do have an image shown for set 6 of the examples, which has got 2 different Nirvana versions. And their names are Dual Sword Equipped Garou Virina and Heavy Shield Equipped Bills Virina. So these are really nice, showing off the patterns really nicely for the FRs and the double FRs. And they've confirmed that double FRs are going to be one per box. So a case of 20 will give you 20 FFRs. And the ratio of the FFRs in the box is 15. So we can pretty much guarantee these are going to be the triple rares. So this does actually help with us having the higher ratio of triple rares in the set now overall, because we're getting extra copies in the form of these FFRs. So it's those for buying cases got a higher chance, got more copies than you would have done with set 4 for the triple rares. So it's improving the ratios quite a bit. The FRs, however, are looking to be the replacement for the hollows. So these are going to be rares and commons that have got the nice borders equipped to them. People are saying that it could be the rares and the double rares, but you're then looking at the fact of you've got the over double rares as well, which technically are double rares, so the ratio doesn't actually add up at that point. So I do feel it is going to be rares and commons again. The other thing they showed off was we've got the new Nirvana form, which was on the box cover, and that is Chakrabati Phoenix Dragon Nirvana Jiva. Obviously, no idea what it does, what grade it is, or anything. And they also showed off that we've got Youth Burke, Skyfall Arms, and Grand March of Full Bloom Lianorn, which are both alternative grade 3s to the Tridex versions. And one other thing that did come up from the Tridex, which I'm going to bring up at this point, is the Blooming Orchestral Commandment of Bonds Leonon, the trial deck version. we've managed to translate the first skill of it, and its translation says this card is treated as the set Leonon in terms of persona riding. So this could be Thegria style being seen right here. So really nice to see what they do with it. Obviously, we're going to be getting, because also alongside this, they updated what was coming on the Tuesday live stream for next week, and that is they are going over the entire of the Youthberg ride line. So we are starting to get the trial deck information very quickly. Could be interesting to see what each of them do, and we'll cover them over the next upcoming weeks. More than likely going to do those on Friday reveals. More for the fact of, or either Friday, or I might even do bonus Saturday reveals for the 3 trial decks, because it's looking we're going to get the full trial deck every week. So it'll be a nice easy cover all in one session job. So the last thing they've announced for set 6 so far is we are getting box toppers back for set 6. And these are going to be 12 different varieties, and they are little deck dividers, which is really cool. But the cooler part is the fact of it's got the lore for each of the nations on the back of it. And on the front, you've got 2 different art versions of scenes within that nation. So really nice for the lore fans. Nice little bit extra for the box topper. And Lyrical is also included in this, in the main sets, which is really nice. But obviously you have to wait and see what more comes from that. Next up on the list is they announced the Lyrical Booster Set 3. And obviously set ratios have also been announced for this. And we are dealing with 108 cards in the set and 8 reprints. 4 of our reprints are the over triggers, which they are printing all of the over triggers again outside of the mysterious twins Romeo and Rumia. I don't know if it's because of it being the clan part one or whatnot, but it's the only one not getting a reprint. They've also said a crit, front, draw and heal are also getting reprinted in this set as well. So we're getting 1 of each. They might do extra normal triggers on top, but they have said 1 of each is getting reprinted, which makes sense. They've also confirmed we are also getting the new PGs, but ours are, like with the main nations, being done as different names. So we're getting at least a 6th PG for Lyrical Monasterio, which is really nice. The FRs and the FFRs are also confirmed, and same ratios of we've got 15 triple rares to match the 15 FFRs. But we're getting 16, I think it was 16 double rares for Lyrical 2. And, so Lyrical 3, sorry. But we've not got our, it's 18, including our over triggers. That was it. So, after that we've got 14, so 1 for each ride line. But the 18 plus 20 rares makes 38, we've got 40 hollows, so it's more confirmed, so I say hollows, FRs, so it's more confirming the FRs are going to be rares and commons. The FR they did show off for us is the Perfect Guard, which is a known rare printing within the set, but obviously the scan they've shown doesn't have it on it. The FFRs have also been on the English, this was on the English side confirmed. The FFRs are all going to be hot stamped for both this and set 6. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the hot stamps are. And also the way it's worded, because the Japanese side didn't say anything about hot stamps. The hot stamps could be an English exclusive part. Which those that have seen the Thai Vanguard cards, they do look really nice with the hot stamps. Small bit of information we have also gained is this morning was they put up the basic product page on the Japanese side for Booster Set 7. We know it's a 90 card set. They've shown off a new Virina, which I'm going to pop up here. But the main information I want to stress from this is they've actually said it's mainly supporting the Dark Stage ride line. So, is he going to be supported less in Set 6? And is he the main... Because obviously this has been deemed... Set 7 is deemed the climax of Season 1 of Wheeldress anime. So is he the main antagonist? And is he going to be mainly supported this set instead of the first set? Again, we'll have to wait and see. There we go. Next up, the product stream. next announcement was one that was a very, very hyped, and that is Cardfight Vanguard Duel Days, a game coming to English and Japanese on the Switch and Steam version. They haven't announced, obviously, English is getting what version English is getting. Japanese has been announced for Switch and Steam. English just says wait for more information. Both of them have been announced, and it is coming this winter. The format announced for this game is Overdress, and it's including over 1,000 cards. There's no mentions if it's going to be an updated thing. So as more sets come out, we get more cards. No idea. And the website for the Japanese side did get revealed, and we can see on there that it is a story mode game that is limited to one player, and there's currently no mention of online mode. So it's looking to be very similar to Vanguard EX at the moment, which was a JP only game. But overall, it's a very interesting concept, but we do need to wait for any more information before judging what's going to actually be happening with it. Next up on the list is the ban lists. So we're going to start off with the Japanese ban list first, because obviously this is one that was announced first. And the Japanese ban list, we got Dark Strain going to 1, which makes sense because it's one of the big decks in Japan at the moment. By putting Dark Strain to 1 means that you'll now then rely reliant on running the order to actually get your boosting. But then running the order is bad for the fact of it's not a unit at that point, so any extra copies are dead cards outside of discarding for perfect cards. And it does increase the chance of Fort being able to top deck into that order and failing off of it. So does help new to the deck a little bit, but it will still be a very strong deck. Next hit on the ban list for Japan was a choice restrict between Magnolia Elder and Inlet Pulse Dragon, which is a very much needed because it has been dominating both on the Japanese side and the English side, and it's not healthy at this point. So by doing this choice restrict, it opens it up, the format, for more diversity, and they do want to. And it will obviously lower the price of Inlet Pulse, because he was getting, on the English side, he was becoming a $35 card, which is not healthy. They did also mention because on the website, on the Japanese side, they do put up why they've put certain restrictions in. They did also mention that Nirvana and Kyrie are both on the current watch list, and in 3 months' time, if they're still dominating like they are as well, because it was literally 4-deck format in Japan of Bastion, Magnolia Elder, Kyrie, and Nirvana. If the format doesn't become healthier, they are going to be implementing restrictions onto Magnolia and Kyrie. Moving on to the V format, and they've only done one ban on the Japanese side, and that's Kakushigarasu, and he's been straight up banned. Now, we can only do basic speculation because they said all they've said is the hand discarding was unhealthy, which we can think is down to the fact of the clan collection with Fuken, because the Q&A has come out for Fuken, and you can actually generate protect ones and keep them in your hand, because obviously he's all about calling a token, and you generate protect and call it to that circle. But what you can do is the fact that the token call is optional. So if you go protect 1 for riding him, you can then activate, when you bounce something, activate his effect, choose not to create the token, but you still generate the protect, and then the protect stays in your hand. So you're doing a turn 3, bounce your opponent's board, and discarding 5 cards out of their hand, for example. So that's the reason we're predicting that it's become banned, is that unhealthy interaction, but we really don't know. As for anything else for the V format, however, they did say they wanted to hold off mainly for the fact of clan collection, and they're going to address the V collection more, V more as a whole, post clan collection, and they've actually had proper time to gain results from that format. As for premium, they've had one hit on the Japanese side again, and that is Nazar has been banned completely. Now, this again is down to hand destruction, and this is more prominent in the Japanese side than the English side, more for the fact that they've got the Vanguard 0, Dragonic Overlord, the Rebirth, grade 3 critical triggers, which gives them more chance of getting grade 3s into Soul. We have seen some instances where in games, Japan's been using Nizar and ripping 18 cards out of hand. So it did need addressing on the Japanese side. Yes, it's a high roll deck, but it's not healthy for the format. So then banning it does make sense. No more on the Japanese side regards to premium, but they are still developing their premium format as of premium collection. So once premium becomes more of a common thing over there, they might see some more bans on terms of the premium format. Now we're covered to the Japanese ban list. Let's look at the English one. And the English one doesn't drop yet. So they announced today that they are holding off until July the 8th to announce our ban list. No explanation as to why, but most of us are presuming they don't want to change the ban list mid-Springfest format. So obviously the last Springfests are happening on the week of July 2nd, 3rd. So July the 8th is the first Friday after those, so it makes sense of it coming out that day. There is nothing mentioned in terms of when the ban list will actually be legal, so we do have to wait and see on that. And then the last thing to add up is tournaments. We have got 2 big events been announced. We have got BRO confirmed, along with the Bushiroad Championship Series. So we can start off with the closest one to being happening, and that is BRO. So BRO is happening again online in 23rd, 24th July, being the premium format, 30th and the 31st of July being the V-premium format, and 13th and the 14th of August being the standard format. So, unfortunately, that's all the information we've really got as of now. They are going to be releasing prizes and all that later down the line, but at the moment, that's all we've got. It's all 3 regions as last time, same times as last time. I will link BRO links down below for those that want to look. And the next one is Bushiroad Championship Series. So this is the main tournament qualifying series that goes all the way from August through to January of next year, finishing up with obviously January being Worlds. So it used to be a 3 tournament series of shop qualifiers, regionals, and then Worlds, and they are sticking with that format with confirming that shop qualifiers are going to be a thing again. So the entry promos you get for shop qualifiers has been announced. In overdress format, you will be getting Knight of Grief Grania for entering the shop qualifier, and that is a promo supporting Phantom Blaster Overlord. For V format, this is my favourite promo out of the lot, Nightmare Doll Tosca is finally coming to the English format. So Nightmare Dolls V get a really nice buff, and it's very much appreciated. Premium as well, but I want to test that more in premium. Now we've got an actual confirmation of her, it's very much going to be tested. And then premium, they've confirmed Protector of Memories Gear Puppy, which is a long-awaited Gear Chronicle promo that becomes grade 4 in the bind zone. So lots of hype behind all of these cards. Really going to be interesting to have them in the English format. If you end up winning one of your shop qualifiers, you then also end up getting a buy card. Now what these buy cards are for is this entitles you to a free win at regionals. There's been nothing said yet in terms of how many you can use, which regions they apply for, but obviously that'll update as time goes along. Regionals. So regionals used to be region locked of, you could like Europeans going into the European ones, Americans going into the American ones. That's now been removed. So, for example, this is still on my to-plan list, but if dates line up, I'm planning on doing it. I could fly over to America and enter the American regionals. The only restriction is the World's Invite spots from regionals, you must live in the region if you top. So if I went over there, I won, my qualification for Worlds would pass down because I'm not a American citizen. So starting off, we have got entry promos announced for regionals. Now, the overdress promo is a Tangle Venera, and this is a really interesting Dark States promo. The end of the battle it boosts, tucks into Soul, choose a unit, and it gets power plus 5k to end of the turn. Overdress-wise, not too bad, but premium-wise, I'm already looking at putting this into Hari for testing out if Leslie avoids the future ban list. Because 12k permanently on a restanding Leslie, 17 if it's on the stage minimum. Really nice numbers. The V promo is Knight of Thriving Pal Solo, which is on place from hand, Soul Blast 2, Cool Top Cardio deck. So more extended for Gold Paladins. People are saying it's not amazing, but it's still nice to have in the long run. And then the premium one, which is one I know a lot of people have been waiting for, is Pile Deleter Jalloel, which when retired counts for 3 of your retires if your opponent's Vanguard's deleted. So it's a really good promo for them, long awaited. The winners cards have also been announced. And for winning the Overdress format, you get everyone's favourite problem child in Inlet Pulse Dragon. They could not have planned that one any better. The V promo is Steam Maiden Elul, which I know a lot of the Gear Chronicle players are very much going to be after. And the premium one is Demon World Marquee Amon, which honestly is nice homage to, obviously we had Dantarian as one of the promos, which is really nice. And the fact of Amon was obviously one of the long-awaited cards to come to me, so it's really nice that they're doing this. They've also confirmed that there are going to be top 8 playmats, but no image as of yet. The top 4 are all going to be getting certificates, and top 3 are getting invites to Worlds. Obviously, as long as you are a resident of that region, and the winners one will be a paid invite. Worlds has also been confirmed, but no information as to where, when, any of that yet. So we'll have to wait and see on that. All in all, that's a lot of information they've given us in the space of 3 days, but we are now at the end of it. So I will be trying to keep you guys updated on the information that comes out, but it is going to be the end of this video. If you haven't done so already, please do like, comment, subscribe. It very much does help the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!